I'm not really loving this draft from PPD, but you know what? I've been wrong before, once, maybe twice.
In his life. That one girl he dated, that was the one. Alright. Quick bumper break.
My allies have earned their
I'd get ready if I were you.
There we go, wasn't that amazing? We could still hear the monkey noises that they put from behind, so I am sorry about that. Never think of... I always forget about muting the stream when OG comes away. Alright. I am a believer. I am a believer in PPD drafts. I think this guy knows something that I don't all the time, like perpetually in life, and I find that this draft... There must be some hidden secret with him. He used to be at least a very consistent drafter. I don't think that even when NIP was losing, the drafts were the problem, if I'm honest with you.
Well, he's had maybe a slight downgrade in players to work with of late.
Yes, that's true.
But, excited to see what this lineup can bring to the table. However, it sounds like you're trusting him to be your Oracle when the Oracle is on the other team, and not so sure that's what you should be doing.
That's a good one. That's a great setup. I wasn't not expecting that. Well, he is the essence of light and goodness, or whatever, this game, so... he is not a companion cube, which does make me doubt his skill as an IO, though. We'll see that later. There's a Feast level 1, the Hawk, and Saksa is having trouble fighting them, but mid 1 is just looking for some gold. And he did steal it, but they did take the bounty rune. Does that... okay, that was the slowest bounty runes I've seen in a while. There we go. Even split 2-2. I am very excited to watch
uneventful.
Yep. I'm excited to watch this offlane. This is the most exciting. I love Bounty Hunter offlane. I think it's fantastic. His armor makes it so Lifestealer can barely deal damage to him until you get Javelin. So it's... and Io's a bad laner, so Bounty should be able to beat him.
Yeah, it was buffed a bit. Another armor given to Bounty Hunter. One of the highest armor heroes in the entire game at this point.
Yep, up there with Terrorblade and Nagasar. He's in that club. And soon to be Brewmaster, guys. Mark my words. One armor a couple patches ago, one armor now. He's getting there.
One of these days will be viable again.
He can, I hope so. He barely takes any damage from these guys, and the issue with Io is that, the current build for Io is that you really don't have any magical damage, you're just a physical damage support, so Bounty does not care with his armor. Also early phase adds more armor to you, it's just a really easy lane for them. I can't imagine there'll be any kills then.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a relatively static laning phase for all lanes. Maybe top lane is the highest kill potential with like Spear of Mars or like the Oracle route into maybe some aggression from the troll.
Yep. I can see that. I mean, the Mars plus Puck combo, unfortunately, has one kind of stun and a lot of damage, but they really do like the setup for that Spear of Mars to be effective. If SumaiL misplays, perhaps, though, they could.
Here I am.
I'm also not the biggest fan of Puck 4.
More so just the trading, I feel like, is favoring NIP here. I also do really like the Magnus mid, just because we saw Topson abuse the kind of squishier Puck with the remnants, but Magnus is a big beefy boy, and he's just going to push the lane out and just kind of cleave Topson constantly in this creep wave.
Yeah. An issue as well with the Void Spirit that you usually can't kill him because Resonant Pulse is a bit too strong an ability. It stops your last bits of damage every time. It's very annoying. But Magnus doesn't need to kill you. He just outlasts you. That's his whole purpose. So you do have that little advantage. He should win the Flaccid War against Topson.
No, 100%.
He got a quick kill against PPD. He messed up there. Midone punished him with a shuriken early on. Not the best positioning here.
Yeah, gets that early so you can cancel the tether. They also have 2 stuns with the cookie on top of that. And the mini stun from Shuriken.
Yep, so that's a lot of ways. I mean, the cookie's a bit difficult to cancel tether with, but the other one is easy, as you mentioned. Quite a fast stun. You're not using Janata. There we go. There's a Janata in the hut. I love that effect, by the way. That's a beautiful Immortal on the Bounty Hunter. And actually, we're checking the net worth. Something I don't usually do this early, but we can see that the net worth, even though the Hawk has more last hits, considerably more, it's the steal from Janata that really guarantees the last hits here. And the Hawk has a lot of trouble because of that. Mid one, bottom here, not quite gonna get killed. They don't have any kill potential, and no one can play. to his heart's content. It's very much like playing mid lane, when you know that they have no kill potential besides the one that the enemy hero had, the very immediate one. So you can actually play to really low HP, because they can't really chase after you.
Yep, and Headdress on Saksa will allow mid one to stay relatively healthy. He does have some more regen being ferried out to him right now, Salve. Plus that Blades of Attack. I like this build up a lot.
As a 4, like they just immediately build Headdress. Is this like the newer trend because of the regen?
Yeah, if you're in one of these lanes where you're kind of just trading constantly like this, having a Headdress is really nice just because the extra 2 regen constantly. You know, if you're against a more burst heavy lane like the Mars puck lane, then you probably want more just flat regen like a Salve or a Tango's.
Right. But for trading regen of the Headdress is really useful. Armor used to be like a thing you used to build against things like Necrophos, right? Because there's just constant harassment. So you're like, well, I guess I counter it with regen.
Yep.
You know, seeing the game is kind of slow for now. There's not much kill potential in any lane. Topson's getting some really good Aether remnants though.
He's going for 3 points in the Remnant yet again. Really opting for the kill potential that comes out from having longer stun than worrying about extra.
What a play, Tanner! That was a fantastic skewer. He doesn't have the Astral Step yet, but it's not enough to kill him. Still though, you just tanked a lot of damage as Topson just because of a little misstep there. And Tanner punished you properly. And now that Empower hurts. Has 1 point in Shockwave, just enough to snipe him if he uses the shield. Yeah, cheeky shield. Helping him out. Enough to save him from Tanner's damage, because he would have died there. Tanner's considering this. Topson doesn't have to step yet.
Universe?
And we instead see him going for the rune. Oh, he gets sniped by Universe as a illusory orb. That deserves a tip.
A really nice rotation from Universe there. Topson. He tried to juke it, saw it at the very last second, but the AoE on that is much bigger than you think.
That play by Tanner was really good as well, honestly. I was very surprised by it. In the bottom lane, mid one. Okay, he has, unfortunately, they see him, but he doesn't have Shadow Walk. Best counter to dust in the game. They're not aware. Yeah, exactly. They're not aware that he has 2 points in Shuriken Toss, which is going to surprise them because the puck, the IO is not playing with too much HP here. And mid one, just heal back up with a Salve. Goes back to Hawk. Launching on level 3. Doesn't have it. Ah, that cookie. If that stun, that would have been a dead lifestealer.
Yep. A little bit off in timing there, but now we're starting to heat things up in all the lanes, actually. Top lane trading quite a bit with Universe as well. Everybody's getting kind of low. Where's the kill going to happen? Keep that camera movement on point.
Yeah. Are you telling me that an order? Is that what you...
Yeah.
Okay.
No T-Tours in chat.
There's gonna be some. It's just delayed, but there's gonna be some. I can see it. I apologize in advance. Treads on Topson. Tanner also should finish his... I love how he built his treads. Look at Tanner. He built his treads first for the stats and the Gloves of Haste, and finally the boots. Movement speed is the least relevant thing here in this lane.
Yeah, I agree.
And now he's taunting. I am becoming a fan of Tanner just by watching this mid now. The taunts just is the cherry on top. Really makes me like this guy even further.
Yeah, I watched quite a few of his replays when he got picked up by NIP because I was curious who this guy was, and he actually like carried Viking GG over Enigma back in the minor qualifiers of the last DPC cycle. The dude's stylish. He's a very good player.
Over, Enigma, they were liquid back then. Yeah, okay. I was confused, yeah, okay. I agree, yeah, no, I've seen this guy before in Viking GG. I was like, okay, this is it's a pretty legit guy. Now I think in NIP though, he's playing even better. He's coming into his own. They really let him use his, I think he's like incredibly mechanically skilled. Like this guy knows the timings to a T. He's young, that's his thing. So NIP really lets him shine as that's a nice steal by Topson. STPD can become the brain of the operation. Mid one. Chase, but look at that armor. No, it's the armor. There's 13 armor. How do you beat that as a life stealer? You have the javelin, so you just rely on lucky javelin procs.
Roll the dice.
Yeah, it really is. The life stealer You know, before you could go for the phase boots and maybe early, and that you still had a fair amount of damage. But since the nerfs to the phase boots damage and in general the lifestealers damage, it's just you don't deal anything. Look, javelin procs hurts and everything else does not. They're going for the IO and they can't kill him. They do not already. They use all the damage. That was a really nice infestal to get a bit of extra time. High EPD will go down regardless. So the trap kill nonetheless, and the Hawk realizing this is a bit of a dangerous play. No, Tanner coming in, cleaning up house with a nice RP, ensuring they both go down. Topson's a haster, so he's unreachable. That's still a really good turnaround by Tanner.
Yeah, I really like that rotation. Uses the RP right away. Double kill, stops the dive. Topson comes down, doesn't get anything done.
That's good. It was a very good rotation by Tanner. And he continues to dominate. He's done really well against Topson, which is something we haven't seen when he was playing Void Spirit, at least the last matches. And he has Echo Saber almost completed with early treads and double bracer.
But man, look at this. The outpost. 2 TPs down here. They're just gonna immediately start diving again, looking for these track kills on the IO. And without any RP to counterplay, they're gonna need rotations from maybe the Mars or the Puck to stop this.
Puck is too busy taking the outpost. He's not going to participate. He knows it's almost 10 minutes. He needs that outpost. That's experience. Super valuable, especially at Puck 4. The Hawk is just being chased out by mid one. Ooh, that damage is ridiculous. And it's now PPD unknown. Yep. Well, at least it evades the Aether Remnant. Styling to his death. Appreciate that. I mean, I don't think PPD down there is that big of a deal, honestly. You kind of give a kill to the rotation, so it made him more worthwhile.
It is a track kill, though.
Oh, that's true. Never mind, yep. I can no longer make the point that supports are useless, yeah.
Yeah, mid one he's gonna become very, very scary for both the Puck and the IO to deal with. Gonna be quite squishy heroes, and I mean, look at mid one. He's literally, he has no points in invis, but he's literally just running in full vision into the enemy jungle.
It's a garbage skill anyway. You can counter with a 90 gold item. It's not worth it. So it's just don't skill. It's the best way. It's like playing Shaker against Morphling. There's the Bounty Hunter just walking around, tracking people. He does have much more gold than the, well, a fair amount more gold than that Lifestealer considering the lane. And the Hawk is now going to have to be forced into recovery. Unfortunately, his timing for Lifestealer to be really late. In the mid lane, they go for Tanner. No, they go for the IO. Much easier kill. Now Mortimer's Kiss is annoying Tanner, but not enough to kill him. Universe evades some of the damage. But it's tough, Universe. It's tough.
Was that another track kill on the IO?
That was indeed a track. Well, actually, I'm not sure. Let me check. No, it was not track used, so I must not. Well, at least it's just an IO kill. That's better, right? I guess. You still lost your IO.
Yeah, and potentially mid tower. I mean, what does NIP do to fight against this? They're gonna have to bring Mars in to try and stop the push. And that will be enough for now. But OG, like, this is sort of my fear from the NIP draft, is that what do they do to stop this pressure? OG is just playing on their side of the map with impunity.
Yeah, NIP has to create some kills. They need space for the Lifestealer to recover is the problem. The Empower helps a lot, which means that Maelstrom is not such a necessity, but it does put him...
Here's a nice rotation in the top lane.
This is very good, actually. They're going to go for the Troll Warlord, and it's an easy kill. Lelis immediately with that Arena Blood. It's not that a second. Arena Blood, Spear, and even take an outpost in the process. They did take the outpost earlier, right? When the experience came by, no? They both had
I think it was a 2-0. I think it was 2-0.
Oh, it was 2-0? Okay, so Puck didn't take it at the end. But that was a really good play by NIP. That's exactly what you were saying they needed, right? Just get these kind of kills.
Yep, slow SumaiL down. He's going for the Yasha into Battle Fury build again that we saw in the previous series. A little bit slower this time to get that Yasha done.
I like the... Oh, PPD. Nope, that was not a PP. They have a tether. Well, I don't know if he can get out here, though. The Bounty Hunter is just thirsting for blood. They use Rage to get PPD some extra movement speed, but there you go. Movement
nice
speed's gone.
Actually.
Mid one is forced, actually. Lelis in the middle lane got killed out by Topson. So, unfortunately, that play was supposed to create space, but instead it didn't really do that, clearly.
Relo is up, and they have RP, so I think NIP are probably going to look for something if OG does try to pressure this tower.
Let's see. I mean, and Tanner is just threatening. That's a really good. I mean, he's practiced this. These placements for the Aether Weapons are perfect, honestly. They're always on choke points. They're always just kind of preventing enemy movement. He's throwing a really good zone out here on Void Spirit. Tanner fighting against 3. There's the RP. Only for mid 1 though.
Here's the reload.
Skewer pushes him forward. There's the reload we're talking about. Mid 1 now slowed down. He doesn't have invis, so we need to dust him. Easy for them. Mid 1 gets brought down. At least it's a kill on, even though it's just an offlaner. And use an RP for that. And now Lelis might actually turn this into a 1-for-1. Mortimer's Kiss will make this impossible for Lelis to get out of. Goodbye, Lelis. I don't think that was the play, Lelis. Unless you can get Topson here. He's been stunned, he's been leashed, and he's been killed. Tanner just does it. The Hawk joins in again. No till the target. And no till. They don't want him to use the ultimate, so they skewer him. That's a well-played PPT. Does not get brought down. Universe as well. They're playing with slivers of HP, but it's enough. The Hawk, though, knows the battle turn is about to come out. He infests Tanner. Immediately gets away. SumaiL still healing back up. In comes mid 1. Tanner a bit too confident, but they can kill SumaiL, no problem. With the help of Universe yet again. Playing with fire. Ends up getting burned, but in exchange, we'll get mid 1. Finally has invis, but they have dust on it. They just choose not to go for him anymore. Why? That dust came a bit late, apparently. That was an odd going for Saksa as opposed to going for midone. Okay, I guess.
They're just brawling it up at this point. Just constant fighting. It does favor the side of the bounty hunter usually, but I think NIP holding their own, at least for now. The Hawk still below the troll in terms of net worth, but does have that Maelstrom finish, so he should start to accelerate a little bit. SumaiL's farming item a little bit slower paced, and so I think that this is kind of the time where NIP really needs to start playing aggressively. They have the Blink Dagger queued up on this Mars, and they need to start pressuring, taking out this mid tower. We've seen it time and time again. The longer this mid tower stays up, the harder any team has winning the game.
That's true. The tier 1s are super important right now, and they're both staying up right now. So who has the advantage here? Who wants to play this early game further? Who wants to get those kills? Is it OG because of their?
Oh, sorry. Was that actually a question?
That was the question. Yeah. I'm asking. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, it's OG's playstyle to just run at you.
No, but I mean in drafts, just if you're looking just at the drafts, like who would you say, all right, I need, wait, sorry, Lelis is about to get killed? Yeah. Just a quick, Lelis is not doing too well this game, unfortunately. Arena blood there just to kind of annoy them further. There's no way he's getting out though. Good attempt. He is pushing him out a fair amount, but he's gonna go down. With OG rotating just Saksa without mana, I don't know what you can do, Saksa. That's kind of going blast. Yeah, with a stick. Well, the RP though, on the 2.
Damn it.
Anything else to stop this Void Spirit? The damage is just not sufficient. And Fate 6 stops Magnus. There's the relocate, but a bit late. They go for mid 1. Topson decided to go for the puck instead, and the puck is going to be brought down. Universe, goodbye. Mortimer's Kiss is now turning this battlefield into hell. Impossible for NIP to do anything. They lose both their supports, and they might lose their mid laner in the process as well. Magnus can get brought down. For the Kinder Egg surprise inside, the Hawk will be the last victim of this engagement, turning this into a 2-part team wipe. Much like the Hobbit, but better.
That's the thing about playing as OG is they are going to bring more heroes to every fight than you. So you either need to match them or you need to be extremely clean and getting a pick off and getting out, because there are going to be heroes rotating in, collapsing on you from every single angle as soon as a fight breaks out. And we saw that right there. 5 heroes showing up in the mid lane, not getting any kills off the back of that RP, and that is just not acceptable against OG.
No, exactly. I mean, that RP was a bit hopeful though, right? You had the relocate, not even, it wasn't even going. It hadn't even started it as the RP was used. So it was clear a lack of confidence in Tanner or a miscommunication, because usually when teams are going to use the RP, they know it. Like, I'm looking for an RP, right? Okay, relocate. I'm looking for a relocate. It was too late to relocate.
Yep. Yeah, Universe didn't have coil either. It was still on cooldown for like 50 seconds when that RP was used, so.
Another issue. And you had no Mars.
Yeah, I think that Lelis needs to start kind of being with the team more. He's been split pushing a lot. I think maybe you start to have Universe maybe get a little bit more farm, do the split pushing since he's a little bit harder to kill than the Mars, and then you have the Arena of Blood every single time that one of these fights starts to break out.
That's the one thing when I was watching Lelis, you know, big fan, right? I've already spoken really well about him, so now I have to speak him down. The one issue I think he has with his playstyle is the kind of almost greediness you have with this guy. He's always pushing, he's always doing those things. Yeah. He doesn't have the versatility to play different styles sometimes though, which is the problem. Like you can be a farming offlaner, like a greedier offlaner, much like Yapsor is a greedy 4. But if your team doesn't want to play around that, you have to be able to adapt to a different playstyle as well.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a draft issue too, I think, with NIP, just because they don't really have like this centerpiece, right? They have all these relocates.
Attempt with a relocate, yes, they might be able to try and void sport it. There's the RP, but saved by a false promise. They gotta kill Topson somehow, instead selling for mid-1. They have a dust for him, but it's just a mid-1 kill. Topson is gonna be able to make out of this with full HP, unscathed. They have to deal with SumaiL instead, but SumaiL has his ultimate anyway. And look at that ultimate, it destroys the Hawks, tears right through him, and heals SumaiL back to full. Oh, wow. How does it feel to have no impact in this world? NIP.
It looked good at the beginning, but it's such a heavy commitment. That's the point I was trying to make before that fight broke off, which is like, they don't really have anyone to just start fights unless it's using an ultimate. And if you're going to use an ultimate, it kind of needs to be like a full-on team fight. So you don't really have the opportunity to just get pickoffs to, you know, soft commit. It's always just full on, we're going on, we're taking this fight, and it needs to go well.
Yeah, I agree. This is okay against Saksa, I suppose. As a little initiation. You don't have an RP though if you want to continue flying this. Neither do you have the Arena of Blood. And OG has vision around this area, and as we know from OG, they like fighting. They like these kind of street fights that the enemy team seems to be going for. That spirit's an interesting spirit, but they're not going to be able to stop this outpost from being taken. And without the outpost, they just let it go.
Or do they? Because
I'm
pretty sure they're
NIP?
happy to take a fight here.
NIP definitely wants to take a fight here. I think OG, sorry, I meant with OG, they want to let it go there. Mid-1 is kind of... He discovered that Shadow Walk exists, and he's very happy. He's like, wow, they don't see me. This is amazing.
Invisibility is invincibility. Okay.
Yeah, that's why all my pups tell me. Universe. There's a track. Ah, there we go. Look at your invincibility go. Immediately dusted, by the way. That was not a great skill.
He's so fast, though.
No way he's getting away. There we go. Open wounds, mid-1. Look at that armor go, though. PPD is blocking the Hawk. And the phase boots were not active. Mid-1's actually going to get away. And instead in the mid lane, now they're fighting. PPD has been immediately killed off with Topson looking for the hill and the Hawk. No more astral step, though. That purifying flames came very close, though.
NIP definitely on the back foot, scrambling at this point to try and find any kills. We've seen it before, going on mid-1 never really seems to turn out very well for OG's opponents.
So, what do you do with your NIP now? What are you looking for? Because these pickups have not been working out for you. Do you have to just double back them and try to get the Oracle first?
Under siege.
It's one of those situations where you either had to, you know, choose to fight.
Well, like here, for example, RP. Oh, they're going for the Oracle. They just want the Oracle. RP wasn't worth it, so they stopped that. But they needed that kill. They needed that kill.
Again, a fairly heavy commitment, though, because they do end up using the Arena of Blood. Sure, it's only 60-second cooldown, but... Or 60 seconds at this point.
No, it's 75 at this point, but, you know, keep lying to our audience like that. Jesus. Big
right.
Go on to the Void Spirit. He's been leashed. They bring him back. They break the coil.
Nice.
That worked out with the signs as well. And that's Topson dead with an RP committing. Who's that for? Mid-1. Mid-1 tanks like crazy with those all the items that he's got. He's really fast as well. Tanner decides to blink right onto him, but doesn't do much. Finally, the kill goes to Universe.
Doing a double damage. Do they take Roche here?
They
feel like they need to get something done. They're using all these high cooldown spells. They need to start turning them into objectives. Every single fight that we've seen so far has been on NAP's side of the map. And that's pretty scary when you see this 12,000 net worth troll who's just been farming completely uncontested with the Battle Fury for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, the troll has been, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. We have not really seen him, right? We saw one team fight with a battle trends turn around, but that's it. And now we're finally going to see a troll that's active. I think a BKB is a necessity, though, at some point in this game for the troll. Right? Because the puck has no ags.
Yeah, you definitely will want it, although I don't think you can die anyway. You have the Oracle as backup, so SumaiL is going to just wait until the last possible moment.
Alright, SumaiL is just going to take the Roshan completely alone. If they go in, they're going to get caught by the spirits. They don't expect this. And you see this, they have a track from mid-1 annoying them as well. Oh, SumaiL may die here. He's been silenced, trying to prevent that ultimate from coming out. But that Astral Spirit! Sorry, the Ether Remnant is too good. It stopped Tanner from actually finishing him off. That was so clutch. And now in comes Saksa. The turnaround is here as he starts spitting globs of fire into the enemy, forcing Tanner away. SumaiL has used the ultimate. Now he's really low. No things to help him. Where's the damage? Tanner brings it. However, a nice cookie stops him completely here. And the Hog gets caught by another Ether Remnant. But they're lacking the damage, and the Hog has to just heal back up. Nice exchange of open wound there. Topson's still around. To simulate, looking for the kill. Silent up. And now they go for Topson. You know everybody killed off here? Nope, no need. Topson's still looking for him, but he's not going to fight. Instead, they'll plant a spear to the face and a death. No! That is not going to happen. He actually gets away. I'm sorry. Simulate is enough to get him to safety. So much so it makes me choke on my own words.
Oh, there's a regen right in front of the Roche pit too. This is such a scrappy fight from both teams. I can't believe that NIP are doing so much work with their long cooldown abilities. But RP is back up again, and Roche is still at like 25% health.
Troll in 10 seconds. They're gonna try to take it before Troll comes back. They have an RP, as you mentioned. No Mortimer's Kisses. There we go. Dream Coil for the Void Spirit Skewer. No, it's not enough to make the Dream Coil. So he actually just survives, doesn't get stunned at the whole time. Sign's not good enough. They're going to try to catch the Hawk, but it's a bit too late. However, they do find Tanner, who just jumps right into the Ether Remnant. And Tanner's still looking for the RP onto 2. It's on the Topson. Someone stop this man. Someone stop this madness. There's the RP, but immediately stopped by a false promise. Topson's back to the shenanigans, kills off Tanner. The Hawk is the next target, and the Hawk is forced to use Rage to get away. I don't think it's going to be good enough. The Spirit March misses everyone, and the Hawk is going to be killed off as well. Topson, you madman.
This is what OG does to you, man. They force you to play these ridiculous, just non-stop brawl, scrappy fights. And NIP, they held their own for a while there, but this is like the originators of this style of play in the current meta, and you have to be awfully careful about taking a 5-minute fight against OG.
OG is the inventors of Street Fight Dota. I completely agree with you. They are scrappy. They will play you. Their carry is dead, and you'll go, okay, so now they should retreat. And OG is like, nah, this is exactly when we go forward the most. And they play this really well. Topson was unkillable there, literally.
Just doing so much damage over time. All of their short cooldown abilities. I keep saying this over and over again. NIP is very ultimate based, and it showed there. They just ran out of damage. They ran out of control. They have like one shot, and you know they missed their opportunity. Mom spaghetti, etc.
I was thinking that too. They did. That was the chance. I think that the big blunder in that team fight was the skewer to try to break the Dream Coil and not doing so. Right? Just a bit too short, that skewer. And that stopped the whole team fight, because then you didn't have a stun onto Topson. Topson was only silenced, really. You lacked the damage. And the constant Ether Remnants, that ability is stupidly good.
Such a good area denial spell that people don't give it credit for.
Area denial is a rarity in Dota, but it's a commodity indeed. It's great for you. SumaiL, there's a Solo Crest that's also doing work. I love this build for Topson. Look at that Solo Crest in the troll. This guy stacks those fervor stacks like there's no tomorrow. And that's gonna be the Mailer Rat's gone.
I love it. He's just constantly putting these Aether Remnants in a way that like SumaiL can retreat through them. And
yeah, exactly.
Such good play on this Void Spirit.
Also, if Tanner blinks in from behind, try to skewer him or whatever, gets caught, right? It's happened multiple times. You keep thinking, why is Tanner blinking to the Remnant? Well, I mean, what else do you want him to do, you know?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
You just can't initiate, unfortunately, on this map. It's been really tough for him. I think NIP has played this quite well, but OG's just playing this better.
Yep. I would agree. I think NIP is really, they're showing a lot of character here and how they're having to play against a team like OG that's willing to fight them constantly.
Radiant's bottom barracks has been
Alright, that's bottom lane Rex gun. And SumaiL once more. Someone stop this man. He can't just take your backs like this. There we go. Universe. Okay, SumaiL. Use the battle trance to kill the Io. Should be able to. No, Io resist a lot thanks to the infest. However, he's eventually killed off. Even with an essence ring, it's impossible. Mid one, chasing after the puck. Puck is not going to be found. Instead, it's Lelis in the backlands, who had to cut this team fight short, and he'll pay the price for it with his head. OG,
he's not here.
Base. The hog, mid one. He just thinks this is his own base. He's defending it. He swapped sides mid one. Man fighting a life dealer. This incredibly armored bounty hunter cannot be stopped, and actually in the base. Why? Oh, Tanner just skewered him. Okay, sorry. Tanner skewered mid one.
He thought it was his own fountain, actually. He was like,
Yeah.
oh, let me go top myself off real quick.
And it did top him off, indeed. It really, really did top him off. Topson, how with the Desolator, they have a bit of extra pushing power. They cannot take the last lane of Rax, unfortunately, because they do not have the towers for it. But OG is not going to let this pressure stop. This pressure continues until the day they say it doesn't. They're going to go for kills here. Much like the other games. If you cannot break towers, you break the enemy. And SumaiL has an Abyssal. We've already seen how impactful that can be against the IO earlier.
We have 2 Divine Rapiers also keyed up.
One on SumaiL, one on Topson? Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't even have to check to know. I just knew it. These guys.
Surprised that mid one doesn't have one queued up. Although,
Yeah.
if he's not quite sure which fountain is his, it's probably best if he doesn't.
That's Fountain Dysphoria is a really big issue. We have the beginning of the rapier is actually being built on SumaiL though. He's not actually kidding about this rapier. He almost has it. He has the Sacred Relic.
Why not? How do you die? You don't die as this troll. There's no way.
No. With Paladin Sword as well?
Yep.
I mean, that is a good pickup for SumaiL, for a troll in general. Okay, Lifestealer way too cocky here. The Hawk almost gets bursted down. Thank God for PPD though, saving his life. And it was actually a bait. Or, I'm gonna call it that.
Who's baiting who?
I think NIP was baiting OG, but there's no follow-up, so I don't really know. Maybe a skewer bait? But it's still an H-Sun troll though, so it's very tough. It's a tall order to kill him. The Hawk going in, open wounds first, but even a Lifestealer can be out-healed by a troll apparently. Paladin Sword a bit too strong. Little smoke though, I saw smoke, NIP. There's their last resort, their last attempt, their Hail Mary. Will they be able to do so? Will this Hail Mary succeed?
They need like a huge RP into the fountain with Arena keeping them in there. They gotta go now though.
Oh, they missed the Spirit of Mars. And that Ancient's already half HP. I did hear the Aegis expire, I believe. Yeah, there we go. Aegis expired. Tanner just used the RP though. And they did not use it to put it to good use. The Hawk is gone. Tanner's gone too. PPD's dead, but there's no point in casting that because the GG's already called. And OG is gonna win game number 1.
USA. USA.
Is that because SumaiL won, right?
Yep.
I like playing the game of guess what the American is cheering at this point. Some